Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Patra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries on the show. So in case you are here for the first time, the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. That's where you send me all the questions that you have regarding the stocks in your portfolio, those that are coming onto your watch list. What exactly should you be doing with such stocks? Should you be buying more, exiting them or holding on to your current position? Everything is what you can ask on this show regarding the stocks in your portfolio on this number. Alternatively, you can also log on to YouTube, our channel Business Today. Go to the Daily Calls Live and use the comment section there to send me your questions. And we'll be happy to have market experts guide you through all your stock queries and also give you a custom-made advice as well. Now, we will be having with us our special guest who's joining in. Yes, we have Osho Krishnan now joining in, Senior Research Analyst, Technicals and Derivatives at Angel One. Osho, welcome. Good to have you with us on the show. The markets are down in trade. We can see a 200 point of a downtick even now, although we have recovered from the morning low for sure. But this is largely to also do with the fear that's being induced with fresh geopolitical concerns across the globe. Iran, attacking Israel attacking the Iran nuclear facilities and thereby causing a lot of stir there. Risk off sentiment that's generating, and we can see oil prices, gold prices also surging on the back of that as well. And of course, the sentiments are muted with what's happened as of yesterday on the Ahmedabad crash, and of course, a very unfortunate event that all of us are aware of. Markets down with all of these uncertainties. How are you looking at the way forward?
Very good afternoon, Sakshi. Firstly, thank you for having me at your show. Well, yes, no doubt there have been very negative developments that has been taken place in the last 24 hours, and that has impacted the sentiments of our market. So overall, at present, if we have to see on the technical front, then there has been a breakdown below the zone of 24,700, which was the rising wedge for Nifty on the spot levels. So 24,700 was a very crucial zone, and a breakdown below that can or have negated the positive momentum for the short term perspective. But again, having said that, we are not into a bearish phase, or we have not very much pessimism associated with the market at present. As we can see that from the lows, we have seen a decent recovery, a smart recovery rather, having a lackluster trading session. So that means we are having a kind of a good undertone, positive undertone, but only perspective that now from here onwards we will be facing some kind of stagnation or consolidation in terms of momentum. So for Nifty, I am expecting 24 450 to 500, which is also the 68.6% Fibonacci retracement, to act as a very strong support levels, while on the higher end 24 750 to 24 800, followed by 25,000 will be the resistance. So overall, we should be focusing more on thematic moves rather than focusing movement in the benchmark index until we witness a kind of a consolidation breakout in the coming period.
Okay, Osho, we already have some questions that are coming in for you from our viewers. So we'll start taking some questions and we can definitely come back to understand your views on several sectors and, of course, the key stocks that you're looking at. Our first question for you is from Gul. She's from Kerala. She says, Hi, Sakshi. I have ICICI Bank in my portfolio at 1256 rupees per share. And the other one that she has is Indian Hotels at 748. She is holding both these stocks with a 1 to 2 year time frame and wants to know whether she can actually go on to add some more stocks at the current levels as well. So ICICI Bank, a leader in the private banking space, and Indian Hotels, she's chosen one of the top favorites that most of the analysts also bet big on when we talk about the hospitality space, the owner of the Taj Hotels as well. How would you look at both these companies and the stocks in her portfolio?
See, firstly, for ICICI Bank, then this counter definitely is into a very strong momentum, has been maintaining the higher highs kind of a formation.
Yes.
Also, on the weekly time frame, there has been a breakout around the zone of 1350, and it has tested higher levels of nearly 1470, 1480 kind of a zone. So overall trend is positive. If the view is from longer term perspective, it is advisable to stay invested in the counter. While for averaging out the counter, one should wait for further cooling off in this space. Approximately 1380 to 1360 will be an apt zone, because that is also the bullish gap on the weekly time frame chart. So if the prices come down towards 1380 or 1360, that will be the level where one should try to average ICICI Bank from a medium to long term perspective. Now coming to Indian hotels, this counter again is also at a very strong support levels near about the zone of 200 day simple moving average, which also has historically presented at a very strong support for the counter. So any breakdown or any cooling off towards the zone of 700 will be acting very strongly for the counter, and one should start accumulating once it reaches the zone of 700. So 700 will be an apt zone to start accumulating the counter. On the higher end, although there is a very strong resistance around the levels of 780, but the time it surpasses 780 on a decisive manner, we can see momentum continuing towards 880 to 900 kind of a zone.
Okay, got that. We'll take the next question. Some of them are joining in from our YouTube channel as well. So let me welcome some viewers who are joining in with their questions. Avdesh, Kamlesh, Manoj Pai, Satya, Ankur, Abhishek, welcome to all of you. Good to have all of you with your questions. We'll start off with Avdesh's question on YouTube. Avdesh wants to know about national fertilizers. He says 108 पे 200 शेयर्स होल्ड किए हुए हैं, शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म का ही व्यू है. यहाँ पर आपसे टारगेट्स जानना चाहते हैं. जब हमने ये मॉनसून्स के बारे में खबरें आनी शुरू हुई थी कि इस बार मॉनसून्स जल्दी आ रहे हैं, अबव नॉर्मल होंगे, ऑलरेडी प्री मॉनसून शावर्स मुंबई में शुरू हो चुके और काफ़ी सिटीज़ में ऑलरेडी आ चुके हैं, तो ऐसे में जो फर्टिलाइज़र स्पेस है एकदम से फोकस में आ गई थी. अभी आप 101 के लेवल्स पर नेशनल फर्टिलाइजर को कैसे देखते हैं और इसका आउटलुक क्या शेयर करेंगे?
सी ओवरऑल नेशनल फर्टिलाइजर में एक अच्छा मोमेंटम आया था नियर अबाउट 80 लेवल्स, 82 लेवल से करेंटली 105 टू 110 के लिए. सो ओवरऑल ट्रेंड का रिवर्सल सिग्नल दिखाई दे रहा है यहाँ पे शॉर्ट टर्म पीरियड के लिए. नो डाउट थोड़ा कूल ऑफ पीरियड में है काउंटर, बिकॉज लोअर एंड पे हायर एंड से थोड़ा सा करेक्शन फेज में एंटर किया है, बट लोअर लेवल्स पे 95 टू 92 बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट लेवल्स है. यहाँ से वापस एक बाउंस देखने को मिल सकता है. हायर लेवल्स पे 110 का इसका रेजिस्टेंस है. द टाइम इट ब्रीचेस 110, तो यहाँ से हमें अप्रोक्सीमेटली 130 तक के टारगेट्स मीडियम टर्म के पर्सपेक्टिव से बिल्कुल देखने को मिल जाएंगे. ओवरऑल टेक्निकल सेटअप काफी स्ट्रांग है. हायर हाइज हायर लोज का पैटर्न मूवमेंट है इसका डेली चार्ट पे, तो अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट को होल्ड रखना चाहिए 130-35 के मीडियम टर्म टारगेट्स के लिए.
ओके, ठीक है. चलिए, यहाँ पर भी उम्मीद करते हैं आपके सवाल का जवाब आपको मिल गया होगा. वील टेक वन मोर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द सेम यूट्यूब चैनल एज वेल, वेयर पीपल आर जॉइनिंग इन विद देयर क्वेश्चंस अ फ्रेश लाइव ऑन द शो. कमलेश सेज, हाय साक्षी, बजाज फाइनेंस का आज स्प्लिट बोनस का आखिरी दिन है. लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए भी क्या अभी लेना सही रहेगा या फिर और डिप्स का वेट किया जाए? आपने सही पूछा कि बजाज फाइनेंस एक लीडर ऑफ द पैक रहा है. जिन लोगों ने बोनस स्प्लिट के लिए यहाँ निवेश किया होगा उनको तो वो बेनिफिट मिल जाएगा, लेकिन जो लोग फ्रेश निवेश करने की सोच रहे हैं बोनस स्प्लिट के बाद, अक्सर ऐसा भी देखा जाता है जैसे रिलायंस में हुआ था, अनाउंसमेंट होने के बाद काफ़ी डिप्स भी आए थे स्टॉक में. तो यहाँ पर, या फिर अगर हम बीएसई पे देखें तो यहाँ बिल्कुल विपरीत रिएक्शन देखने को मिला. जैसे ही बोनस स्प्लिट हुआ उसके बाद एकाएक 8-9 सेशंस के लिए लगातार बीएसई के शेयर्स भागे थे. तो यहाँ पर रिटेल निवेशकों का जो पूछना है वो ये है कि बोनस स्प्लिट जब कंपनी में अनाउंस होता है उसके बाद किस तरीके की रणनीति बताई जाए, या फिर डिप्स का वेट किया जाए या फिर हर लेवल पर खरीदा जाए? कैसे सजेस्ट करेंगे आप पूछो यहाँ?
सी ओवरऑल ट्रेंड काफी पॉजिटिव है बजाज फाइनेंस का. नो डाउट अगर हम देखें इसका ब्रेकआउट जोन 8000 के पास था, एंड वहां से बिल्कुल वर्टिकल रैली बोल सकते हैं कि वहां से लेकर के 9800 के जोन को काउंटर बिल्कुल वर्टिकल टेस्ट किया है. सो टेक्निकली ओवरबॉट जोन पे बिल्कुल है काउंटर. ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ पे रिस्क रिवॉर्ड काफी फेवरेबल है, बट येस लुकिंग एट द ट्रेंड काफी पॉजिटिव है. अपने 100 डे एसएमए से बहुत स्ट्रांगली सपोर्ट लेकर के काउंटर में वापस बाइंग ट्रैक्शन देखने को मिलती है. बट अगर फ्रेश निवेश करना है तो स्प्लिट का वेट करना चाहिए. एक बार स्प्लिट होने के बाद काउंटर कैसे बिहेव करता है, कंसोलिडेट करता है, तब फ्रेश एक्यूमुलेशन करें. अगर पोजीशन है तो होल्ड रखना चाहिए. कोई भी ऐसा कॉशन का साइन बजाज फाइनेंस में देखने को नहीं मिल रहा है. जैसा आपने बोला कि वन ऑफ द लीडर्स है अपने पैक से, तो कोई भी कॉशन का साइन यहाँ पे बनता हुआ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है. फ्रेश पोजीशनिंग के लिए थोड़ा इंतजार करें. स्प्लिट के बाद एक हफ्ते का टेन्योर दें इसे काउंटर को कंसोलिडेट करने के लिए, एंड इवन इक्विटी मार्केट को भी प्रॉपर जजमेंट के लिए कि अभी मार्केट में कैसा वोलेटिलिटी देखने को मिल सकती है, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली अपने पोजीशंस लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए बिल्कुल लिया जा सकता है.
चलिए ठीक है, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है। नेक्स्ट हम ले लेते हैं सवाल। ये हमारे पास आया है मनोज भाई कपाड़िया का सवाल, और ये अहमदाबाद गुजरात से हैं। मनोज भाई, स्वागत है आपका इस शो पर। और आपके ही शहर अहमदाबाद में ये जो क्राइसिस हुआ है, इसका हम सभी को बहुत ज़्यादा दुख है। आप सब लोग वहीं पर ही हैं और काफ़ी सिचुएशंस को क्लोजली मॉनिटर कर रहे होंगे, जिस तरीके से मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़ का प्रावधान किया जा रहा है। जो लोग इंजर्ड हुए हैं इस हादसे में, उनके लिए उम्मीद करते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द सभी सिचुएशंस को काम डाउन किया जाएगा। ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव लॉस्ट 241 लाइव्स व्हिच कैन नेवर बी रिटर्न्ड, बट वी आर गोइंग टू बी ऑफ कोर्स शेयरिंग ऑल आवर कंडोलेंसेस एंड हार्टफेल्ट डीपेस्ट कंडोलेंसेस विद ऑल द फैमिली मेंबर्स हु आर इन क्राइसिस एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम। मनोज भाई, सवाल आपका है विमता लेबोरेटरीज पर। यहाँ पर एक बार नज़र डाल लेते हैं और विमता लैब्स के शेयर के ऊपर एक बार नज़र डालते हैं कि आज किस तरीके से ये शेयर मूव करता हुआ नज़र आ रहा है। 1.7% ऊपर है, 510 का मूव है। और यहाँ पर भी अगर हम देखें तो ख़ास तौर पर जो एक एक्स बोनस का आपको इम्पैक्ट दिखा था पिछले कुछ दिनों में, उसके बाद का आपको रिएक्शन यहाँ दिखेगा। विमता लैब्स में अभी क्या करना चाहिए? अगेन सेम टाइप ऑफ सिचुएशन है बोनस स्प्लिट के बाद की, कैसे आप देखेंगे इसे?
सी ओवरऑल ट्रेंड काफी पॉजिटिव है काउंटर का। हायर लेवल से अगर हम देखें तो हायर लेवल्स को काफी स्ट्रांगली मेंटेन कर रहा है। आज स्प्लिट के बाद ऑब्वियसली प्राइस 1:2 2:1 के रेशियो में फॉल किया है, बट ओवरऑल अगर हम टेक्निकल स्ट्रक्चर देखते हैं सो नियर अबाउट करंट लेवल्स के आसपास ही बहुत स्ट्रांगली सस्टेनेंस दिखा रहे हैं काउंटर। सो हायर लेवल्स पे मुझे लगता है कि 560 से 65 तक के टारगेट्स हमें शॉर्ट टर्म में देखने को मिल सकते हैं। तो बिल्कुल निवेश रहना चाहिए काउंटर पे, एंड मीडियम टर्म में 565-70 तक के टारगेट्स के लिए अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट को होल्ड रखना चाहिए।
ओके, गॉट दैट। चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। कुछ सवाल हमारे पास व्हाट्सएप के ज़रिए भी आ रहे हैं, वो सवाल भी लेते हैं। हम मोहित का सवाल सबसे पहले आया व्हाट्सएप पर, और ये पूछना चाहते हैं बंधन बैंक के ऊपर ओशो 500 शेयर्स है इनके पास ऑलरेडी, 187 पर लिया हुआ है। टाइम होराइजन इन्होंने अपने लिए 2 साल का चुना है। अब आपसे गाइडेंस मांग रहे हैं कि कैसे आगे बढ़े बंधन बैंक पे। अगर हम जैसे आपने शुरुआत भी की थी बताने के लिए कि आईसीआईसीआई बैंक ने हायर हाइज दिखाए हैं, प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स ने रिकवरी रैली में काफ़ी मदद की है, लेकिन बंधन बैंक जैसे शेयर्स ने उस तरीके से परफॉर्म नहीं किया है पिछले 1-2 साल में। अब क्या पार्टिसिपेशन यहाँ पर बढ़ता हुआ नजर आएगा? 187 की खरीद है तो अभी भी उस प्राइस से नीचे है 175 पर। आगे के चार्ट्स क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं?
सी टेक्निकल स्ट्रक्चर इस काउंटर का बाकी सारे बैंकिंग स्टॉक से बिल्कुल ही ऑपोजिट है। अगर हम देखें इसमें नो डाउट शॉर्ट टर्म में थोड़ा सा रिकवरी आया है, 135 के जोन से नियर अबाउट 180 तक के मूवमेंट काफी स्ट्रांगली दिखाई है काउंटर ने, बट ओवरऑल ट्रेंड अभी भी ऑन अ ब्रॉडर टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव अभी भी वीक है। तो जब तक हायर लेवल्स पे इसका जो प्रीवियस रेजिस्टेंस है अप्रोक्सीमेटली 210 के आसपास, उसे जब तक ब्रेक थ्रू नहीं करता है तब तक कन्विक्शन इस काउंटर में नहीं आएगा कि यहाँ से एक अच्छा रिवर्सल के सिग्नल्स दे रहे हैं कि नहीं। इन अभी शॉर्ट टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव के हिसाब से इस काउंटर को स्टॉप लॉस के साथ होल्ड करना चाहिए। 164 का स्टॉप लॉस मेंटेन करें। अगर 164 के नीचे काउंटर जाता है तो यहाँ से और सेल ऑफ बढ़ते हुए दिखाई दे सकता है, एंड हायर लेवल्स पे 200 से 210 के टारगेट्स के लिए अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट को होल्ड करें। दैट मीन्स अगर थोड़ा बाउंस आता है 200 तक तो अपने पोजीशन से एग्जिट ले लें।
Okay, got that. Satya writes in on our YouTube and he says, Hi Osho sir, on your advice I also bought Inox Wind last month at 190. Can you please suggest to me what exactly should my strategy be right now on Inox Wind? Renewable energy space had been buzzing at the time. I think we must have discussed this, Osho. Suslon, Inox Wind, they were all in momentum at this point in time, although the market sentiment is right now slightly on the weaker side. Any suggestion on the charts of Inox Wind right now? What should Satya do?
See, overall, this counter have seen a kind of a breakout around the zone of 170, 172 kind of a zone, and currently it is hovering at the neckline of the breakout. So no doubt it is just a pullback for the breakout to get retested, although there can be some continued selling in this counter at the lower levels. I expect 160 to 165 to act as a very strong support zone, while on the higher end, the immediate target based on the technical setup is approximately 210. So one should stay invested with 160 as a stop loss and 210 as a target from short-term perspective.
Fair point. I hope this has answered your question, Satya. We'll take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers. This is okay, Sri Hari Krishna from Hyderabad. Hi, Sri Hari Krishna. How are you? The question is on Deepak Fertilizers, Fact and GSFC. Again, the fertilizer related space is what he has picked up for your opinion. He wants to know which of these stocks are good at this point in time. Any space where you are also positive on Deepak Fertilizers, Fact or GSFC?
See, overall, all these counters are looking very positive to me. Deepak Fertilizer first has given a kind of a breakout from the zone of nearly 1450, 1440 kind of a zone. And there is a possibility that it can retest the neckline of breakout around the zone of 1450 in the coming period because the technical parameters have reached the overbought terrain. So there is a possibility for short-term profit booking in the counter, but overall trend is very positive. So one should stay invested with their investment from medium term point of view. Now coming to Fact also has seen a vertical rally from the lower end of nearly 600 towards 1080 kind of a zone. So there is again a possibility of profit booking, although the technical aspect is still very positive for this counter also. So if you have positions in Fact, stay invested. I expect that any cool off towards the zone of 920 to 930 can provide another opportunity to re-enter into the counter. So for Deepak Fertilizer, 1450 is the support zone. For Fact, approximately 930 to 940 is the support zone. Buy once it reaches the support areas.
Absolutely. Ankur Modi says, Hi Sakshi, last day's incident was devastating. Let's pray for all the souls departed, and the markets are also falling due to the tensions that are escalating at this point in time. So things are getting on the weaker side. Yes, Ankur, you're rightly mentioning we are consistently, talking about keeping the suffering families in our thoughts at this point in time. The only thing that we can do at this point is to pray for strength to be bestowed to the whole family. But yes, you're right. The markets are also falling with the global market sentiment that's weakening. But just like how Osho did talk about that there has been an improvement from the day's low, and now we are back above 24,722 mark. So we've seen that dip getting bought into the market as well. We'll consistently help you understand what Osho's view is on the market, and I'm hoping that you are listening to what he is already guiding to all the viewers too. We have a question from Chandrahas. He says, Hi Sakshi, can Osho sir please suggest any fresh stocks for an entry for a time frame of 6 months? So okay, for the year end he wants to know, probably because we are nearing the halfway mark of the calendar year, Osho. Next half will also see festive season pick up in pace as well. So if somebody has to buy today and take the benefit of the next 6 months, is there a stock idea that you could share? Maybe most of our viewers will benefit from this idea if you share.
See, overall, I expect that from current levels, IT pack is something where one should keep their watch on. So I expect that from IT pack, Wipro is at a very strong support levels, and from here onwards, there is a possibility for this counter to retest the zone of 290 to 300. So one can look for buying opportunity in IT space, specifically Wipro. It is having a very strong risk reward ratio near about 230-35 is a very strong support. First target is 290 to 300, and if it surpasses the zone, then we can see 315 to 20 in the coming period. So IT pack is looking very positive to me, followed by fertilizer space and automobile sector. So from automobile, one can look for Tata Motors. I expect that Tata Motors can see some kind of strong momentum in the coming period because there has been a strong consolidation around the zone of 700, and it is on the verge of giving a positive crossover also. So Tata Motors from four-wheelers and Hero Moto from two-wheelers can be seen as an buying opportunity at current levels. All these counters are looking very positive, and in the coming 1 to 2 quarters, there can be a very strong positive momentum in these counters and in terms of ROI.
Okay, hopefully you've noted that down, Mr. Chandrahas, and I'm sure all the viewers also would have noted this down in case you have a medium-term view in the markets now. Let's look at some other questions. This one is Momita from Kolkata. Hi, Momita. She says, Sakshi, the complete market, capital market stocks seem to be down today. I want to know whether there will be a complete breakdown or can we expect a quick reversal. I'm holding stocks like Angel One, CDSL and CAMS. On Angel One, Momita, our guest will not be able to comment because he is from the same company, and there are disclosure norms that prevent him from talking about his own company on the channel. But on the overall capital market story and on CDSL and CAMS, for sure, we can take a view. Osho, any suggestion there?
See, overall, there has been a very strong momentum in all the capital market counters, and this is just a pullback or profit booking that we can say for the time being. For example, CDSL, we have seen a very strong momentum once it surpasses the breakout levels of near about 1400, and it has tested the zone of 1800 within 2 weeks of time frame. So there is a possibility of profit booking in the counter, although the support lies around the zone of 1500 to 1550. So if it retested the zone of 1500 or 1550, then one can even try to accumulate this counter for immediate targets of 1800 to 1850 from a very short term point of view. And same with CAMS. CAMS also is at a very strong momentum, having a very positive technical setup. It is having a formation of higher highs, higher lows. So such kind of momentum or such kind of pullback can be seen as a buying opportunity. For CAMS, approximately 3800 is a very strong support levels. So if it tests the zone of 3800, one should look for opportunity of buying the counter from short-term point of view.
Okay, fair point. Let's also welcome Prashant Tapsi, Senior Vice President, Research Analyst at Mehta Equities, who's joining in on the panel with us to answer all the questions of our viewers. Hi, Prashant. Good to have you with us on the program as well. We have a lot of questions that are coming in. On the markets, I will take a view a little later with you. But let me take the first question that's coming in from our viewers for you. And this one is from our viewer Abhishek. He's from Kolkata. He says, Sakshi, good afternoon. Could you please help me understand a little bit on Jubilant Ingriva and the Jubilant related stocks where they have seen block deals take place today? What exactly should one as a fresh retail investor opportunity look at? Jubilant Ingriva has gone up about 12% in trade after the block deal today. Can one still look at it? Any suggestion here?
Fundamentally, yes, I am very much comfortable to have Jubilant group companies, even Jubilant Ingevia in my portfolio. But with respect to today's rally, I may avoid to buy at this point of time. I will be waiting for some kind of profit booking attempt, which will be like 720, 740 can be a good range to start accumulating this as a long-term investment. But time being, I will wait and watch for some good downside from the current levels.
Okay, got that. Another question that he had was on Shakti pumps. Do you have a view there, Prashant?
Yes, very much. I think there is another competitor, Omkar Oswal pumps, which is coming on IPO. So I think both are into same segments, and Omkar is Oswal is into solar pumps, and the Shakti pumps is majorly into other traditional agriculture pumps. Overall, the sector demand is very high, and even government focus is very high to have agriculturists using pumps and then having a lot of solar pumps. So overall, the valuation parameters, I think, very much comfortable to start accumulating this stock at current levels. But yes, obviously, the view should be 12 months from the current levels with a target of at least 1150, 1180 from the current levels.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers on our YouTube. Govind Bhatia says, good afternoon, everyone. BEL is what I want to know about. I have 50 shares at 290. Osho, I'll want to take this with you. He says, I want a long-term view on this one. And I also want to know whether I should book profits on this one at the current stage on BEL, Bharat Electronics.
See, overall, there has been a very strong momentum in this counter from the breakout zone of 300 approximately, and now testing the zone of 400. So, obviously, on technical front, the counter is at a very overbought zone, and there is a possibility of profit booking in the coming period. But looking at the momentum in the counter, it is advisable to trail profits at higher levels. For now, one should keep a stop loss of approximately 378, which is the 20-day EMA on the technical front, and keep playing with the momentum. If the momentum persists, we can see a target of nearly 415 to 420 in the short term period. So 378 will be an apt zone to keep your stop losses and and stay invested in this counter.
Okay, got that. Let's look at some of the other questions that are coming in. This one is from Abhishek Chatterjee. Prashant, I'll take this with you. He says, good afternoon. Can you please suggest, sir, any few PSU bank shares that you are bullish on right now, which can be entered at the current levels?
I think yes, two stocks which we have identified today morning in this opportunity. One would be SBI, again looks very good. there's a good correction from last 3-4 days. So price correction is giving an opportunity for any trader or investors to accumulate SBI from the current levels. Second would be Bank of Baroda. Again, I think Bank of Baroda is also second largest PSU bank, which is giving good opportunity right now. So I think PSU bank from next 1 or 2 quarters, there will be good liquidity push from the RBI, which will give them the extra support to grow its deposit as well as grow its loan book from the current levels. So overall, very very bullish on the PSU sector.
Okay, taking the next one. This one I'll take with you, Osho. Abhishek wants to know, could you please suggest to him any call option for 26 June expiry?
For Bank Nifty,
Yes, for the Nifty he's asking.
okay, so for Nifty again, as my view is like there can be some kind of consolidation in Nifty, so better to wait for the market volatility to settle down. Then only one should try to look for buying opportunity. Although the views are still positive, so look for buying opportunity towards 25,200 call option. Not for today. Wait for another day or maybe next week when the whole global scenario settle down, the volatility cools down because currently the India VIX has already been spiked near about 8 to 10%. So better to wait for 1 to 2 trading session. If volatility comes down, then look for buying opportunity for 25,200 or 25,500 call option.
Okay. Taking the next question then, this one is from Rajiv Samwal. He says, can I take a fresh entry in SW Solar? Would you be able to take this, Prashant, from the defense space, SW Solar, or from the renewable energy space, I mean to say?
Yes, we can take. Yesterday, the stock had a good rally. I think the stock is into very much good consolidation zone and good accumulation zone. I think 300 and 320 can be a range one should try to accumulate this stock, but not for a trading perspective. I think the stock will deliver good returns in terms of Q1 and Q2 earnings. If the investor would like to have a 6 months view from the current levels, I think there could be a good target of at least 400 at 380 levels for next 6 months.
Okay. I'll take Osho with you again. On the derivatives, the question is coming in. Somalia Biswas from Kolkata wants to know about Nifty 24,200 put option for 19th June. And he wants to know any target, if you could suggest here. He has 15 lots of this one at 16.48 levels. Any suggestion for this put?
See, as of now, we have seen that the undertones for our markets are quite positive, that irrespective of the negative global sentiments, we have seen very smart recovery in the Nifty as well. So it is advisable to wait for a breakdown to get the put option. So I'm expecting that 24,500 is a very strong support levels. So once it breaches down below 24,500, then only look for put option strategy. As of now, any dip towards 24,600, 650, try to exit the existing positions.
Okay, okay, then we will, I think, have to thank you then, Osho, for this show and helping all our viewers out by taking all their queries right now. Meanwhile, viewers, we will continue our conversation with Prashant for the rest of the show. Yes, we can see a lot of our queries that are coming in. Thanks, Osho, for being with us on the program with us. Appreciate your time with us. Let's look at some questions coming in on your YouTube platform. We have Vinu now writing in. He says, is it the right time to enter Tata Steel at the current levels? My viewpoint would be 6 months to 1 year. And if you could please share a target. So metal space and Tata Steel for you, Prashant.
Very positive. I think one should start trying to accumulate steel from the current levels. There is some kind of little bit downside expected, but again, the expected downside would be anywhere between up to 147, 145. So catching the right level would be difficult. So start accumulating at these levels up to 147. So there would be a good opportunity post this 90 days tariff, the timeline which Trump has given. So once the deal is closed between US and China, so obviously China will drive the commodity markets, and steel is the major commodity which China is driving it. So my target would be, near-term target would be 170, 175 as a trading perspective, and 185, 200 for at least 6 months to 12 months.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also answered your question. Next, let's take another one. This one is from our WhatsApp that we are getting from some questions. This is from Satyan. He says, I want to wish everyone a good day. Good day to you, Satyan, as well. The question is on Barmer Lorry for long-term accumulation. Can he look at this stock at the current levels as well? Barmer Lorry. Have you been tracking this one at all, Prashant?
After a long time, I'm just listening this name to track this, but let me just go through it.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yes, let me just pull up the stock also for all our viewers to also see at this point in time. You can see a 212.9 rupees on the stock. The last 1 month odd or so, the stock has been flat with a negative bias. Last 6 months, it's seen some recovery, but despite that, about 9% of a fall is what we have. Last 1 year, in fact, it made a peak at around what the levels which were seen in July of 2024, so almost a year back, and then it came down only. Any suggestion on this one now?
I think the stock will consolidate more at these current levels. 200, 220 can be a range. The stock will trade for another 1 or 2 months. So one should wait and watch.
Oh,
Clear direction will be getting. So overall, a good target to start with. 200 would be a level to start, and then with a target of 225, 230 can be a target for short term.
okay. And let's look at some questions that are coming in again from our WhatsApp. We have Nikhil writing about Railtel at the current levels on the dips. Can he look at adding Railtel? The time horizon is 1 year. What would you say?
I think yes, one should start again admitting railway stocks for a 1 year perspective. Short term, there may be some kind of hurdles again. We should see how Q1 earnings will also come out. But if you want me to say right level to buy, price to buy, I think 400 and 410 can be a right level to start accumulating railway.
Okay. Let's look at the next question that's coming in. This one is from Balaji from Nellore. He says, Hi Sakshi, I'm holding Ashok Leyland shares at 205. 100 shares is what I have. Should I keep on holding? And the second one that he has is Tata Power at 380. So one from the power space, Tata Power, and one from the auto space, Ashok Leyland. Any suggestion for the near-term targets that he's asking?
I think he's already in profit, so there should be a profit booking, advice from my side. The stock is trending negative, and the stock may come down towards 220, 210 levels again. So I think he's already in the profit, so profit booking should be the best advice for him in the current levels. Again, once the stock goes to 220, and then that would be a good price to again restart investing in the same counter. I am very much bullish on the company on the fundamental side, but on the trend side, I think there will be some kind of 10-15 rupees downside from the current level. So profit booking should be the best advice. Second, Tata Power, again, it's a slow mover stock. It's a quarter by quarter, it can deliver you at a 10 to 12% return. Currently, yes, start accumulating with at least, the stock may come down to up to a level which is near 375. So that would be a right level to start buying it, and 410, 420 should be the target for 1 quarter.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped you understand what exactly is the key point there. And let's also look at some questions that are coming in again. All right, we'll take some questions from our YouTube also. Some people are joining in live now. Namita Arora says, Hi Sakshi, how are you doing? I'm fine, Namita. Hope the same for you. She wants to know about power mech projects. Any entry point that you could suggest for power mech projects? This stock also did give some kind of a momentum of late. Any suggestion?
Yes, wait and watch. Stock looks good on a fundamental basis, but again, technically, I see some kind of sell-off pressure, and the stock may go down towards 2800. So that we should wait and watch for a right level, then only start buying this. Overall, on the fundamental basis, again, valuations looks really good on a PE terms as well as on the price book valuations. Even the ratios are very much strong. So wait and watch. 2800 would be a good level to start buying this stock.
Okay, got that. Taking the next one, this is Vikas Ahuja. He says, I want to know about BSE. I bought 15 shares at 820. Should I book profits or stay on? Well, you got at a very early level, so congratulations for that, for holding on to profits. But I want to definitely ask at this point in time, should one hold on or should one book profits? I think that's the big question that he wants to know. And it's always a difficult choice when you are making profits and you don't know whether there are some more opportunities to further create more returns on the same stock. What is the exit point that one should really, and how should one decide that, Prashant?
So I think 3,000 should be a level where he should start, selling and booking some kind of profit. I'm not advising him to book everything because he is holding from long time. But again, 3,000 is a strong resistance on a technical basis. So once they again retouches the 3,000 levels, the stock may come down to 2,400, 2,500. So 2,500 would be a level where I can, if he the shares which he has sold to book profit. So 2,500 would be a level to start again. But for me, just have 25% of the shares to have this kind of trading opportunities. 3,000 is a level to book profit. Restart the buying at 2,500 levels.
Okay, got that. Let's also take some more questions. This one is from one of our viewers. This is Ankur Modi. He says, "Hi Prashant sir, seeing you after a long time. I also again want to ask you about Imagica that I always ask you. What is your fresh view on that one, sir?"
I think we have seen the stock has rallied a lot from last few days. There is a news saying that HDFC Bank has sanctioned 200 to 300 crores worth of loan for Imagica to buy out some one or two assets in pan India right now. So I think they are doing rightly a good opportunities. They are hunting for a good opportunities in pan India for an amusement park. Obviously, for me, the first target would be 78 to 85 on a trading basis and 100, 120 on an investment basis for next 12 months. So overall, the recommendation will be hold.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped you out in understanding the key thought there. Taking the next one, again from our WhatsApp, we are getting some question. Raghu from Mysore writes in. He says, I bought Indus Tower at a price of 406. 93 shares is what I have. I want to know whether I should continue to hold on or whether there will be any opportunity when the stock price again comes back to my level and goes even beyond. So bought at 406. Right now it's at 378. What's your thought?
So if you are a trader, I think you should maintain a stop loss of 362 just to make sure that the stock should not go below that level and make more losses. But time being, if you are an investor, again, the stop loss should be anywhere between 200 DMI, which is again 260 levels. So he has to maintain a stop loss, then hold. I think that the cost of buying will be coming back at least for 1 or 2 quarters, would be the time period which he will be waiting for. Overall, fundamentally very strong in terms of valuation. Again, the stock has come down to 10 PE, very much comfortable. 1.2, 1.5 price to book valuation, very comfortable to have a fresh position. But he has already bought it, so I think wait and watch, maintain the stop loss.
Maintain the stop loss. I hope this has also helped you out in understanding your key strategy there. Taking the next one, we have this question from one of our viewers again on WhatsApp. We'll take some questions again. Okay, we have Muthu from Tamil Nadu. Hi Muthu, the question is, I bought Pesa shares. Okay, let me just put Pesa Bazaar shares in case we can pull that up for our viewers to see. This is maybe PB Fintech is what he's of course referring to, 1864 right now. Okay, and then he wants to know about what is the level at which the stock can probably he can book a profit from. He's planning to hold for only a short term, but he wants to know what exactly should his strategy be there. PB Fintech for you.
PP Fintech or Paisa Low, I think.
And Pesa also, yeah.
Yeah, Paisa Low would be the stock which is recommended to. So PV Fintech again, I think technically the stock has already rallied few days back. So the stock may come down to again a level which is near 1750, 1725. So if he's already holding it, then this should be the stop loss for him. If he's not holding, again, wait and watch for these levels to come. Then only fresh position can be taken. But time being, the trend is negative to in the charts. On the Paisa Low, again, I think the stock is again in the negative trend from last many months. From January, the stock has been underperforming the market. The stock is currently trading at 31. In terms of valuation, I think still the stock looks very much expensive. Better to avoid the stock. If he has already bought it, I think for 6 months to 1 year, the stock may recover to its 40 to 42 levels. So that would be a right level to exit the stock.
Okay, I think Muthu, this guidance for you on Pasalo, if you're asking that stock, is that if you can continue to hold on for next 1 year, it could probably inch back to 40-42 levels. That's where you should look to exit. But the stock is not a very promising stock at this point in time, is what Prashant truly believes. I hope this has answered your question there. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers on our YouTube again. Priyanka says, hi, good afternoon. I want to know about GE Power. My stock that I have, okay, I want to take a fresh entry here. Currently, the stock is at 319. Let's look at the stock, and the performance over the last 1 month has been 33% upside. So the stock is in focus again. Will this momentum continue? Can one take a fresh entry here, Prashant?
Yes, one can start having a fresh position at current level, but again, because of the volatility in the market, stop loss should be the maintain. 299 should be the stop loss. She has to maintain, which is even a 200 PMI level in the technical charts. So overall, business model I think very much strong. I think there is a recovery in the quarter by quarter in terms of profitability. So that is giving a lot of strong support for the price to trade in the positive zone, even in the today's negative market. So bullish on the recovery. Plus, technically, I think yes, one should start buying fresh at current levels.
Okay, and next one we have is from Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni. He says, good afternoon, sir. Could you please suggest any data center related stock, since this is being seen as a big theme going forward from here? Well, rightly pointed out, Satyanarayan, everybody is talking about the new technologies and where the new focus and new themes could emerge from, if you're looking at especially from the next 5 to 10 years time of frame. Of course, everybody is talking about semiconductors. There is AI to be talked about, data centers, as you pointed out as well. Those are the next big things. But even though many companies are starting to diversify, look at these aspects, we don't have a particular stock which is completely data center focused. Am I right, Prashant? Could you help us understand?
Obviously, right, we don't have one single Apple kind of stock which will be going only towards data center. But there is a company called Anantraj. They have invested 600 crores last year. They are going to build up one of the largest data center in India, even bigger than what Adani is doing right now. So if he want to take a diversified risk, so the Anantraj would have real estate as well as the data center as a good stock, investing stock for a medium term to long term. So for me again, right level would be near 500, not at this current level. The stock is currently trading very negative. So start accumulating the stock once it goes below 520 and near to 500, and then wait for 1 year with a good target for at least 600, 660 for 12 months perspective.
Got it. We'll take last two questions with you, Prashant, before we thank you on the show. One is from Sanjay Kumar. He wants to buy Cosmo First Limited, the stock which is trading at 1210 right now. It's down by 1.7%, but in the last 1 month alone, the stock has given a 98% of a rally. Let's pull up the last 1 month chart and you will get to see how the stock has rallied. Now, a stock which has doubled investors' money in just 1 month. Should one look at it afresh, or is there a lot of caution that needs to be warranted?
A fresh advice, one should book profits with the current levels,
Yeah.
because there was a surprise move for a stock like 100% momentum almost in next last 1.5 month. So we should understand why the stock has rallied. But again, with respect to return ratios, I think that's the best advice to book profits current level, at least 50% from the current markets.
Got it. Nikhil wants to know from you, between Suzlon or Reliance Power, where would you advise a fresh entry level? Everybody is talking about, we all know how Suzlon has also recovered, although again after the consolidation, it's back again in momentum. And Reliance Power has been a stunning story for the last 3 months. It's doubled investors' money. What should one really look at? Are things really turning for the better? Are fortunes turning for the company and the group?
Yes, I think there's a lot of news with respect to Anil Ambani Group, Reliance Power doing great. There is a turnover story which is happening. I think a lot of big orders are being grabbed by Reliance Power. That is giving a lot of confidence for investors to hold this share in their portfolio. But obviously, we have seen the history of Reliance Power, which will have very volatile session quarter by quarter. So if one should invest and wait for a good levels to buy. 60, 65 would be a level to start buying. Up to 60 rupees, one can buy this stock. But again, Q1 earnings should be wait and watch for me to before going aggressively buy on this stock. But again, on a conservative way, again, Suzlon can be a better stock for me. At least 60, 62 can be a range to start buying Suzlon. with a target of at least 80-85 rupees for next 2 quarters. We have seen Q3 numbers, Q4 numbers delivering very strong numbers in Suzlon, but again, in our power, we should wait and watch for Q1 earnings to perform well.
Got that. I hope this has also answered your question. Prashant, we'll thank you then on that note for being with us on the show and for helping all our viewers out with all their queries as well. Hope you have a good time. We'll see you soon on another edition of Daily Calls. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, viewers, we'll now start to wrap up the trade. It's been volatile, 200 points now nearly down, 24,690. Again, we've slipped below 24,700 at this point in time. So it's been a choppy day. Of course, the markets are trying to find their grip when it comes to the geopolitical uncertainties and the overhang that we have. But we'll keep you posted with what's happening on the market. So stay tuned throughout the course of the day. There is an interesting and a very important conversation that we're going to be having at 1 p.m. on travel insurance, especially with what we have seen with the Ahmedabad plane crash. It is important to know what is the importance of travel insurance that all of us must be aware of, which has become non-negotiable. What all does it cover? And of course, we will get you the answers of everything as a comprehensive conversation that you would want to know about travel insurance. Stay tuned for 1 p.m.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Business Today Television. I am Chetan Bhutani. Maruti Suzuki's Swift has